Clothes, Erin Sews. Today I'm here to share with you my September sewing plans. But first off, I wanted to thank all of my new subscribers out there. I am so excited you've decided to join me, and I hope I live up to your expectations for pushing that subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed yet, my channel is all about sustainable sewing, creative refashioning, and personal style. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, make sure to click the subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss a thing from me. So I know a lot of us have fall time, autumn time on our minds. I know people are starting to put out videos about fall fashion, and I'm thinking about it too, but I can't get too excited for it yet because where I live in the Bay Area of California, it's still going to be hot for at least another month, 2 months maybe. Sometimes it's hot on Thanksgiving here. For me, the fall season brings to mind just being sweaty and too hot in what I want to wear. The weather never really matches up with what the fall season is romanticized as. Sure, we get the changing leaves, and Halloween decorations are probably going up soon, but I'm not into the pumpkin spice latte. I can't get too excited about fall sewing yet because if I started making things now, I wouldn't be able to wear them for a little bit. So I am sticking with summer sewing for now, at least for the month of September, and I'm going to wear my summer clothes for as long as I can. Also, I don't like to anticipate too far ahead of what life is going to look like and be too excited for the future because I'm trying to live in the now and appreciate the moment. I don't want time to move too fast. I don't know if that's because I have kids that are growing up before my eyes, or I'm starting to feel the effects of being in my 40s and aging. I'm just trying to embrace it all and appreciate everything for what it is now, and that includes not being too excited for the next season before it's even here yet. So let's get into my September sewing plans. But before I get started, I just want to let you know I've filmed this video over the course of several days, so don't get too startled when this happens. So here's my late summer sewing plans for the month of September. I still have projects left over from July and also projects I had planned on completing in August, but other things got in the way and I didn't end up sewing at all last month. So first I want to mention a refashion that I have planned, and I will do a separate video on this to explain my big plans for this refashion, but I'll just show it to you now. I have this felted wool vest, and it's got some felted kind of embroidery and beading on it. I don't know, am I even showing this to you? It's got a zipper down the front, and it's also got some moth holes in it. I'm not too worried about those. I think I can go in with some thread and just close them up. They're not that big. This vest was my mom's, and when she was doing a big closet purge, she offered all of her castaways, and I grabbed this just because it was a nice material and I thought that maybe I'd be able to do something with it. And I have some ideas. So I'm not going to tell you today, but I do plan on using a vintage pattern to turn this into something that I want to wear. And I hope you'll stay tuned for that coming up this month. I have 2 tank top projects planned that are very simple designs. The first one is a pattern called the Isabella tank. It was originally by Spit Up and Stilettos, which is a company that's gone out of business, but somebody else, I'll have to put the name up here because I don't know off the top of my head, but somebody else is hosting those patterns by that company and offering them up for free, but they do ask for a small donation just to keep the website up and running. And I will definitely link all of that information below. But the Isabella tank basically is a woven tank top pattern with a high neck, and it cuts in pretty close to the neck on the armholes, which is a style that I really love. The high neck is good for sun protection. The pattern has 2 bust darts. It looks like a facing, possibly an all-in-one facing for the neck and the armholes, and a little keyhole with a button closure in the back. I'm excited to use this pattern. I originally heard about it from Nicole at Nicole Studio. She's made a really cute plaid one with some fringe on the bottom. And I plan on making it out of this blue and white ikat fabric from Stone Mountain and Daughter. I do have a pair of pants made out of this fabric, and it's just nice, lightweight, cotton woven fabric, perfect for summer. And I have a lot left over, so I want to try out this tank top pattern because if it does work out for me, I just want to have this tank top in every color in my wardrobe. The other woven tank top pattern that I want to try out this month is the sorbetto top, which is technically by Colette Patterns, but Colette is now Seamwork, so you can find it on their website. It's actually a free pattern, and I've had it in my stash for many years, and I've never tried it out. It looks like the armholes and the neckband are bias tape finished, which is my preference usually. Facings kind of are always rolling out and flapping around and needing to be tucked in. So actually, I usually will do a bias binding finish on most necklines and exposed armholes, whether the pattern includes a facing or not, just because the process is very similar, and once everything's covered in bias tape, you can forget about it. You don't have to worry about tucking it in all the time. So I'm planning on making the sorbetto in this pretty dark purple Brussels washer linen rayon blend, my favorite. I think I've purchased this fabric in at least half the colors that it comes in. It's fairly inexpensive, around $10 or $11 per yard. It's nice and wide, 50 to 60 inches wide. So my next plan is a dress that I have had planned and ready to go for since at least last summer, possibly even the summer before that. And I've kept pushing it off just because, I was excited about making other things. But recently, Whitney of Whit Makes posted her version of this dress. It's McCall's M7950, and she posted a picture of herself on Instagram, and she made a beautiful yellow version with wooden buttons. And I was obsessed not only with her dress, but with her photo. She looked so gorgeous in this photo. And so I asked her if she wouldn't mind me sharing her photo here. I'll link her Instagram and her YouTube channel below. If you don't know Whitney yet, she's a very inspiring maker, and I love everything that she does. She's also a stay-at-home mom and has 3 kids, and so I have a lot to relate to with her. Anyway, she reinvigorated my excitement for making this dress, and I know it's something that's only gonna be really good for summer, maybe in the late spring. And I don't know, I could wear it in the fall with a sweater. But when you see it, you'll see that it's decidedly a summer make. But that's okay. It's still summer here, and I'm sure I'll get several wears out of it before the weather gets too cold. So I've had this old sheet again, from my mom. It was actually one of my sister's sheets growing up. So when I bought the McCall's pattern, I thought this would be a great pairing. And here's the sheet. It's very 90s. It's a pink, I think that's the dominant color, pink plaid with some other pastel colors. And this is actually the inside of the fabric. I haven't decided if I'm going to use the wrong side. I'll show you the right side, or the right side of the fabric. Leave a comment down below if you have an opinion either way. That's the right side. And it's just a little bit more muted on the wrong side. But it's a pretty crisp sheet. I've already taken all the elastic out, and this corner seams, it was a fitted sheet. And I think it's just gonna make a really fun version of this McCall's dress. But if that wasn't enough for you, the buttons I've picked out for this dress are these big plastic red buttons. When I first came up with this design, I was very inspired by an Instagram post I saw at the time, where this person had worn a thrifted plaid skirt, and it was all in all pastel colors. It was more blue than this. I think this is has more pink in it. And she wore it with a red shirt, and my mind was blown by this color combination, because I couldn't believe how well the red worked with the pastels. This was before I had really gotten back into color theory, you know, beyond what I had learned at school. And I was just so inspired by this photo. So when I decided to use this sheet with the McCall's pattern, I just knew that I had to just go for it and add the red buttons with it. I also have some plans with this red bias tape, which we'll see how it works out. I won't tell you exactly what I want to do yet, but stay tuned to the end of September and see what I eventually come up with. So I want to thank Whitney for inspiring me to get back into this project. And although my dress won't look a thing like Whitney's, it's funny how inspiration can strike. So I'm really excited about this make, and I just need to finally make it after years and years of thinking about it and having it all ready to go. Oh, and won't it look so cute with my red Birkenstocks? As I mentioned before, the Cal pajama set is something that I wanted to complete in July that isn't finished yet. And to build on this pajama process, I'm also working on the Mauve nightgown by Seamwork. And I'm making it out of the same olive green modal spandex knit that the Cal pajamas will be made out of. So those three projects, the tank, the shorts, and the nightgown, will all be worked on together at the same time. Next, I have some alterations that I have had in a pile all summer that I've not been able to wear. So I thought I better get on this. It's not going to take me a lot of time to do any of these alterations, and then I'll still be able to wear these things while it's still hot. And the dress that I'm going to show you, I do wear this into fall and winter. So I'm excited to have these things back once they're all fixed up and altered to fit me a little bit better. So first of all, I have my Seamwork aerial dress out of this pink Brussels washer linen. It's midi length. It has a slit in the front. If you want to go check out my Instagram account and scroll through my feed, I do have some photos there of me wearing it from previous years. But one thing I've always kind of disliked about this is that it's always been kind of a sack, which is sort of okay, especially on the really hot days. But this year it was just feeling way too big for me, like too big to even fake it anymore. So my plan is to just take it in on the sides and make it a little bit smaller, and I will feel a lot better about wearing it once it's a little bit more fitted. Next is one of my July makes, and you'll probably recognize it if you've been watching my videos. It's a Seamwork Greta woven tank top out of this pink ikat fabric that I'm obsessed with. I love this fabric. This too ended up too big, and I did take it in on the sides, and I just need to take it in a little bit more to feel comfortable with it. It's still just way too big under the arms. So I'll just be taking that one in. And then out of that same fabric, I have the Colette Zinnia skirt, which you can also find on my Instagram feed. And again, this, when I made it, I inserted elastic into the back waistband of the skirt, and it just seems to be completely stretched out now. So I just need to go in there and tighten that up. And when I first made this, it was kind of lower on my hips, and now I want to take it in enough to sit at my natural waist, which is probably a few inches higher than I had originally made it for. And my hope is to be able to wear the tank top and the skirt together to look a little bit like a dress, and then also to be able to wear these items separately. I've especially missed the skirt. I haven't worn it all summer just because it's too big, so I just need to bite the bullet and get to this pile and get it done so I can add it to my repertoire of summer outfits. So that's all I have planned for sewing in September. Now that everyone, including my husband who's a teacher, are back in school, I've got a lot more time on my hands to focus not only on my channel, but on my sewing. And I'm really excited to get used to being at home alone again and getting back into my hobbies. And I have some leftovers from previous month's plans that are in various stages of completion. So I really do think I can get to everything on my list this month. And if not, a few more things, but we'll find out at the end of September what I actually made. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, comment below, share with your friends, and subscribe. And also check out my channel page. You may have missed a video that I've posted over the past few months, and I've got a lot of other fun videos for you to watch if you liked this one, so make sure to check that out. Remember, you have to wear something. It's true. It might as well be fun and feel great. Bye.